Well, hey everybody, it is Saturday, and I don't have a simple melody that I want to share with you today. Well, I guess actually I do, but not something that I'm going to put into a sheet music. This week I've put out, I think, two different pieces of sheet music for you on the YouTube channel. Today I wanted to challenge you and talk to you a little bit about improv playing, and then do a little bit of it in I'll say real time, although this video is not live. I'm not going to edit it, just all the mistakes will be there. Improv playing is one of the greatest joys for me as a musician. I play a lot of different instruments. I make a couple of different instruments. And one of the things that I love to do more than anything else is to sit down with, whether it's my harp or a flute or a guitar or a harmonica or an ocarina or a ukulele or whatever it is, and just enjoy the instrument and play a unique melody. Maybe I put it down on sheet music later. Maybe it's a one-time melody that exists in that moment and I never play it that way again. It doesn't really matter. I just love improv. Now, what is improv? Well, improv, by definition, is extemporaneous playing. It's playing in the moment. It can be aided by good technique and good fundamental understanding of music theory. Some people who play very well by ear may not need a good foundation of music theory because some things just come naturally to them. Others, as we learn more and more about music theory and how notes go together and scales and chord progressions, then we may be able to improv a little easier. But improv is really the difference between creating music and reproducing music. So by creating music, I'm talking about in the moment you sit down and play a melody that is unique to you in that moment and may never sound that way again. Or again, you may write it down and turn it into a piece of music that you play regularly. But it is something that you create in the moment, in that time. Reproducing music is taking a song like Down in the Sally Gardens and you play it. Now, reproducing music doesn't mean that you also are not improv playing, because while you're playing Down in the Sally Gardens, playing the basic melody, you may improvise with that melody and add your own unique flair to it. So it's not cut and dry. It's not like there's improv and there's reproduction. It's not like you're either a creative player or a copying player. It's not that there's crossover, but pure improv is just that. It is just a melody that flows out of you. It can be a happy melody if you're feeling happy, because improv is often tied to your emotions. It can be a sad melody. It can be contemplative. It doesn't matter. But it's just something that you enjoy doing. And I think every musician owes it to themselves to invest time in just improv playing. Just sit down and get to know your instrument. And it's a lot of fun. Now, it's not so fun when you play wrong notes. I get that. But playing notes that don't sound good together also teach us how to play notes that do sound good together. So I want to give you a couple of tips on what I do when I play improv. A couple of the pieces of sheet music, like Winter Wonder that I put out a month or so back, what started out just as an improv session. I just sat down with my double-strung harp and I was just playing around with some techniques that I'd learned from Carolyn Deal. And out of it, as I played over and over at about an hour and a half, a melody began to emerge. Now, there's no science that I know of for what I'm about to say, so you could discount it if you don't agree with it. But I just believe that there's music inside of us and that our instruments have music that they want to play. And as you spend time playing your instrument, playing your harp in this case, and getting to know it, and the mood that you're in at the time, your brain, your fingers, the instrument, they'll all begin to work together and create a simple melody. It might turn out to be an amazing piece that people all over the world will one day recognize and play and reproduce for themselves. It might just be something that's good for you in the moment. So how do I do this? Well, I have my cardboard harp here, and this is one of my favorite ones just to sit and improvise on because it's just simple. It's a simple 22-string harp, and it's easy to play, light string tension, and I really enjoy it. So a couple of the things that I do when I begin to improv play, when I'm thinking about it. First of all, is I don't think too much, right? Because if you overthink improv, you're going to ruin improv. Improv is more about in the moment, what you're feeling, and play it. But we do want it to sound good. So if I'm just working on just a single note melody in the right hand to improvise and maybe a triad in the left hand, I'm going to start in the key of C, and I know that the key of C, the basic chord progression for the key of C is the chord C, the chord F, and the chord G. Also, a very nice chord in the C major chord progression is A, that A minor chord. It adds some beautiful color to it. Now, so what I might do is I might just start on the C note and just play the C with an arpeggiated chord. I might just start there, because you know what that does? It leaves it unfinished. And that gives I might just sit there for a little while and just do that. You say, well, that doesn't sound very good. Well, I'm just trying to get my mind in gear to improv. I'm going to start on a note, and I'm going to start just plucking some notes in the right hand and try to work through the chord progressions of G, C, and F. And depending upon where I go, I'll use, if I'm gonna land on the D note, I'm probably gonna play a G chord progression. If I'm up here on the F or the A, I'm either gonna play, like for example the A, I'm either gonna play an F chord in the left hand, or I'm gonna play the A minor. But I'm just gonna kind of let it flow and see what happens. So I'm just gonna do that for a little while right now and see what happens. I want to let you see what happens when I just sit down and do it, and then encourage you to do the same thing. So let's start here, and I don't know, maybe I'll start on the G here and see what happens. Okay, so that was all just in the moment. I hadn't played that melody before, just in the moment. But I'm just trying to go around because I know I've got to, once I start at C, if C is my home, right, that's where I live, in the C chord progression. Anywhere I go from C, in order to get back home, I've got to get back to C. So if I'm in F, back to C. So I go from F, then to G, and then to C. So if I'm in F again, and I just play F, and then if I play the F note in the right hand, and the F arpeggiated chord in the left hand, I can go right to C. And that does end it, right? It resolves it. But I know that I can kind of wander around as I'm going through my walk through music land, getting back home to C, and I can go from F to G and then to C, and it sounds like this. So that's nice. And the A chord adds some value to that. And again, I'm just making that up as I go because I know that the chords that I have to play if I'm in the key of C. It's going to be C, F, G, and I like to do A. Now you can add an E in there, you can add a D minor in there. There are lots of things that you can do, but just for simple improv playing, what you'll want to do is stick with those basic chords. Again, if you're just beginning at improv. Now, I'm only just playing single notes. I can also improv by using chords. I'm just making that up as I go, but just adding in some chords in the right hand to help with that. You can use sixths, going up the scale. You can use thirds. Again, I'm just making it up as I go. I have no music for that. And it doesn't have to sound impressive. I'm just enjoying playing. I'm just enjoying creating in the moment. Improv playing is a great way to discover new things that you can then add to the songs that you're reproducing later on. But I want to encourage and challenge you to express yourself through improv playing. Now again, I did that in C. Well, if I put up my my F levers here and begin to play in G, now I know that to play in G, I need to be able to play G, C, and D chords in order to play in that key. So I can improvise there. Again, knowing that I'm moving from the G to the C to the D in order to do that. I'm not going to do that right now, but I can do it. And if I put my C levers up and I'm playing in the key of D, I know what I have to. I know I'm playing. Let's see here. In D, it is D, E, F, G, and A. So D, D, G, and A chords, and also then there's a good opportunity to throw a C in there. But regardless, now what happens if you play improv playing and it doesn't sound good? Here's the secret: it doesn't matter. It's improv playing. And your brain's going to tell you when something doesn't sound good. You can stop and find out what would sound good there. Improv playing is not about frustrating yourself. Improv playing is about getting comfortable with your instrument, trying out new techniques. Maybe you've been learning a new technique. Maybe you've been learning scales, right? And you want to try improv playing, doing scales. Maybe you've been working on rolled chords, and you want to try those, to put those into improv play. Whatever you're working on in your lessons, just sit down sometimes and play your instrument. Sometimes the notes won't sound good. Sometimes a melody will begin to emerge the more time you spend free playing, and you'll be surprised what happens. Now, so a couple of the things about improv, and then I'm going to end this overly long video already. When we do improv playing, we're talking about extemporaneous playing, creating in the moment. We're not trying to create any recognizable tune. However, if a tune begins to emerge, hey, maybe we can write that down. If you're doing some improv play and you find yourself playing the same phrase over and over again and it sounds like something you'd want to work into a melody, grab a recording device, your phone, your computer, something, and record yourself playing it so you don't lose that melody. I've done that before. I've been playing a melody that I thought sounded really neat and I wanted to do it, but I'll do it again in the morning. And by the morning, I don't remember what I was creating in the moment. It's in the moment playing. So record it if you're interested in doing that so that later you can develop it into a piece. Enjoy improv playing. Don't underestimate the value of sitting down and creating in the moment. There's great value in reproducing melodies that other people have written. Everybody loves to be able to learn to play a song that other people recognize. But as a musician, it is awesome to be able to spend some time creating your own music for your own enjoyment that maybe, just maybe, other people will enjoy as well. Well, I'd love to hear what you think about improv playing, and if you'd be brave enough to record yourself just doing some improv playing and let me know, share that with me. I'd like to see it. And there are some great improv players in the harp world, and I am not one of them. But I just enjoy improv, and I want to encourage you to try it. So let me know your thoughts about it. If you have any questions, if something I've said doesn't sound just quite right, sometimes when I'm just talking, again, extemporaneously, I don't say things exactly the way I want to. But I'm encouraged by your support and feedback. I love what we do in the harp world, and I hope that this will encourage you to get out your harp, just sit down and begin to pluck away at some strings and work out your own melody. Let me just say this last thing to end. If you're not yet to the place where you're putting two hands together, just take finger number 2 and sit down at the harp and just pluck single strings. Don't think about trying to produce a melody. Just play what your brain tells your finger to play next. There is great value and creative value in doing just that. Thanks so much, everybody. I'll see you next time around on Saturday with another simple melody for the harp, and probably throughout the week a few times here or there. Have a great day.